What a way to start our Saturday with some good news. A lot of good news. Not only is a key player making a valiant return, we saw some All-American nods, and a few players are supposed to be visiting. So let's talk about all of that that's going on in the news with the Sooners right now. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. For the uninitiated, we talk a lot of OU football and college football here, mix in some Colorado here and there, and we always have a great time doing it. So we appreciate y'all pulling up. Hop in the comments. Let your boy know how y'all feeling about the news that Billy Bowman will be returning next season. I'm going to give y'all a second. All right, y'all lose your mind. Y'all go crazy because we're going to go through some fan reactions too and everything around Billy, man, because that was top of the news of the day. So we're not going to bury that lead. We're going to let y'all have it first. Billy Bowman is returning next season. He just announced on social media late last night. I wasn't going to make a video that late. I was trying to relax, but I had to give it to y'all first thing this morning. So I need y'all to be pumped. So tell me how y'all feeling about it. So let's talk about Billy, right? Billy, the 5'10", about 200-pound phenom out of Denton, Texas, decides that one more year in Norman is good for him and going to play in that SEC. Best part, of course, he dropped a graphic with Hayes like he always does. Y'all can see that graphic right here. And then he decided, let's run it back, right? And now we got the news, the report that Danny Stutsman is going to go ahead and hit the draft, but we haven't heard anything officially from him. But now we got our official statement from Billy. There was speculation that he was going to return. He was definitely playing in Alamo Bowl. He said that in an interview. And now he has made it official that he's going to actually play another season here with the Sooners, which is great for our secondary. Gets us that veteran presence on top of the young players. Dog, imagine Billy Bowman with Peyton Bowen rotating around with Robert Spears Jennings. Give me a second. Because there's another component that could potentially be joining this team as well. And so Oklahoma's walking into the SEC with one of the most dynamic players in the country. Let's talk about the numbers this dude put up. So for 2 seasons in a row, he's gotten 61 total tackles, 37 solo last year, 35 solo this year, 24 assists last year, 26 assists this year. This year he had 4 pass blocks. He had 6 interceptions this year with 238 yards on those interceptions, as in he returned them, 238 yards, 3 tutties. And of course, y'all seeing as the film plays here, these are just videos of him getting interceptions and returning for touchdowns, right? And just getting interceptions in general in Cincinnati game. We want to show this dude getting them picks and getting up out of there. I am excited to see that Bowman is making his valiant return. We can use the veteran presence going into the SEC because we ain't going to be playing no scrubs there, right? We're going to be playing some ballers. And so having Billy say, nah, I'm back, is a big, big move forward for what the Sooners are trying to do. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are. You got to hop in the comments. Tell me how you feel. I mean, the fan reaction was great. As soon as that graphic dropped, you saw all the quote tweets come out, and all you saw was just excitement. A lot of folks were happy. They were just ecstatic. People talking about it crying, which, I mean, cry, but I'm excited at the fact that we're bringing a veteran in the secondary back as we prepare for the SEC. This defense, man, is going to look good. I mean, losing Stutsman hurts because, that vet would have been great with these young pups. We've got the linebacker position that's going to stand out anyway, but I think we'll be fine. If there's a room that not concerned about, it'd be linebacker and wide receiver, the two that we've seen just really do it up. And they were young when they were performing. So now you've got Bowman who can continue to mentor Peyton Bowen, because Bowman's one of the most dynamic players I've ever seen. And when healthy, dude is elite, and he's going to be elite for us next season, which I'm so excited to see him. So Bowen next to each other. You're going to see a lot of Robert Spears Jennings. I mean, roster-wise, we're going to be cooking in the safety room, right? I'm hyped. And hopefully Justin Harrington gets that medical red shirt. I could see him sliding in the safety position to help out. Dave McCullough, I heard that he's pretty doggish. So secondary-wise, we're going to look good. So be excited, be stoked, because I definitely am. All right, additional news that we've got that came down the line. We've had a couple of All-American nods that I think is very much noteworthy. Our field general, Danny Stutsman, got hit with the Walter Camp Foundation second-team All-American. Can't beat that. He was a first-team Big 12. And, yeah, you can't beat the fact that we got our boy Stutz getting more awards, more recognition. That'll probably help even more toward his draft day. I'm sensing still a day 2. And so that's the reason why we're not going to see Danny Stutsman come back. I mean, he get a day 2 grade at second or third round. You know the man's going to be getting drafted. You may as well take advantage of the opportunity and go. But it saddens us, of course, losing him. But at the same time, we're stoked that this man's going to be doing some things. It's all we care about. Get these guys to the league because it looks good for us, especially on the recruiting trail. So Stutsman gets the nod at the Walter Camp All-American, second team. And then, of course, the award that probably warmed my heart the most, Nic Anderson. Nic Anderson was named on the Athletics College Football 2023 Freshman All-American team from the Athletic. A lot of writers I respect over there that are real good, and they gave him a nod as a Freshman All-American. Hey, we were talking about Nick Six like crazy here, right? You know, we've all been excited about watching him develop fast. Shout out to Emmett Jones. That man needs a raise. Y'all know I'm going to keep that campaign going just because of the fact that, yeah, he was able to get this boy Nick quick up and coming. Redshirt freshman Nic Anderson comes into this bad boy. I mean, he was basically getting a touchdown every 2 catches at one point to start the season, right? Finished the year, 31 catches, 725 yards. The best part is he led the nation, number 1 in the nation, in yards per catch at 23.4. As a redshirt freshman, guys. We got our next guy. And he's young. He'll be a redshirt sophomore next year. We got a guy. 9 touchdowns. I expect double-digit next year with Jackson Arnold chunking that thing to him. Between him, we get a healthy Andrew Anthony and Jaden Gibson. Yeah, we're going to have fun next year. Brendan Thompson, of course, is the fastest dude on the field. Y'all heard Justin Harrington say it on the live. If you did, go check it out. The wide receiver room is going to be elite again. So Jackson Arnold's got weapons. As long as we get him protection, in which that leads right into the last thing. We've got some visits that have seemed to be confirmed, right? We see a couple of guys that are going to be pulling up into town that state that they're going to be coming to Oklahoma and at least take a visit. One of those is Notre Dame tight end Holden Stays. Former 4-star said that Oklahoma's on his list of places to visit. I'm anticipating him. He's actually going to visit on December 15th is what the report says. So Holden Stays will be pulling up and, checking out Norman and seeing what he thinks about it, which that tells you everything you need to know, right? The one thing everybody knows is that we need to do a good job of improving in the tight end room. We got Devon Mitchell coming in as a freshman. And, we lost Jason Llewellyn. Stogner graduates. So we need to, beef that room up. And I think Holden Stays can do that. As a former 4-star, he's got some good size, 6'4", 242, sophomore, so he's young, which is even better. This past season, he had 15 catches for 176. And so I sense that he'll give us a good amount of additional into this room. We need more, right? We need more bodies to go into it. But the one that really jumped out to me is this guy. The one that's coming in from Clemson. That's Andrew Makuba. He's a safety from Clemson that intrigued the heck out of me because he's a Clemson kid that's been there the last 3 years. His stats overall, 143 total tackles, 4.5 tackles for a loss, as well as an interception and 16 pass defended. And he had a pretty good rating there at Clemson. What jumped out to me is the fact that he's a Clemson player and he's going to be coming to make a visit. We all know that Brent Venables, for the most part, had a stance that he didn't want to take Clemson guys because he didn't want to he didn't want to pillage from the place that he came from. Kind of set a precedence for with his coaches here, to where if you leave, don't try to take all your players with you. You know, don't try to leave the cupboard bare. They want players to commit to the school, not to the coach. And I appreciate that stance. It hurts my heart because we probably could have got a lot of Clemson kids to follow, because most of those kids committed to Coach Brent Venables and want to play for him, which is why I never had issues with Caleb Williams following Lincoln Riley. He came to play for Lincoln. And so we get an opportunity to potentially pull. I bet you Makuba basically was like, hey, man, I mean, Brent, I understand that you don't want to take me from there, but I'm going to come visit anyway because I want to come see your coaches, come see staff, come see here, and it's close to home because he's from the Austin area. And so the anticipation is Texas is going to win this one. But, it sounds like, I think he kind of likes Venables' defense more. And I'm totally here for it, right? We could use someone in a veteran presence to add with Billy Bowman, as well as, like I said, Robert Spears Jennings. You got Dave McCullough. You got Bowman. Healthy players like Jacoby Johnson, who can rotate at safety. You got Jaden Rowe, and you got the young guys coming in Reggie Powers, as well as Jaden Hardy. We've got a lot of players at the safety position. It's going to look nice, and we can't wait to see. Sad thing that gets me is that Reggie Pearson's out. Key Lawrence transfers. Woody Washington is going to be gone. So we need additional veteran bodies that can play good defense and play in this BV defense. And Makuba can do that because he did it for, he did it for at least a season before BV left, right? So I'm kind of curious to see what that visit looks like and how that goes. Hop in the comments. Let your boy know what's your thoughts. Love to hear what you all think in regards to Makuba visiting, Holden Stays visiting. We'll talk about defensive linemen and stuff whenever they come down the line of actual visit dates. Y'all made it this far. You like the content, hit the like button. New to the channel, subscribe. Love for y'all to join this family of college football fans as we talk a lot of OU football and college football in general, and of course, have a good time doing it. So, YouTube says check out one of these videos. I highly recommend it. Made it for you. Holla at your boy. Let's know what your thoughts are. We'll talk soon. Peace.